Lamar Jackson has been in the spotlight a lot this season, and for good reason. The Ravens quarterback has been showing flashes of brilliance, but he's also been under fire literally more than usual. When talking about his current condition, Lamar has made it clear that he feels good. He's practicing fully and ready to step onto the field for games, even if he isn't giving a full report on whether he's completely at 100%. That in itself is a positive. But the underlying story goes deeper than just him feeling physically capable. The offensive line, which should be the backbone protecting him, has been struggling in ways that even Lamar is noticing at this point in the season. The Ravens have allowed 23 sacks, which is already the same total Lamar faced last year over the entire season. That number alone is a glaring warning sign. Lamar addressed the issue with a mix of seriousness and humor, saying something along the lines of, "Damn, I need to talk to my guys about that," with a half smile on his face. It wasn't a call out or an attempt to throw anyone under the bus, but the message was clear. The quarterback can't keep running for his life without some kind of change. He acknowledges that pressure is part of the game and some hits are inevitable, but even he can recognize when the situation is starting to pile up. Lamar's mobility has always been a saving grace for the Ravens, helping him escape situations that would crush other quarterbacks. But the offensive line's inconsistencies are testing that mobility more than ever, week after week. Lamar has been taking hits that come faster and harder than what he's used to, facing elite pass rushers like Myles Garrett. The Ravens quarterback has experienced firsthand how quickly defensive pressure can escalate. It's not just about the superstars, either. Teams like the Steelers, with TJ Watt ready to disrupt the backfield, represent consistent challenges for the Ravens. Lamar's awareness of the danger he faces is high, and he's been clear about how quickly he's having to make decisions under pressure. Even with his incredible agility, the interior of the line isn't giving him the time he needs to move, read, and throw. It's not only the physical toll that's concerning, but the mental one as well. The hits Lamar takes in the pocket, when he isn't expecting them, are particularly jarring. A relaxed body absorbs these hits differently than when he's bracing for contact, making some of these encounters far more punishing. He's dealt with incidents like the Ed Oliver hit in Week 1 or the roughing the passer scenario against Dallas Turner, where the sheer force and surprise of the hits leave their mark. Defensive linemen aren't small players. They're powerful, well-trained athletes. And when they make contact unexpectedly, the quarterback's body takes notice, even though Lamar can move outside the pocket. The pressure coming at him so fast in many plays doesn't give him the space to maneuver, which puts his health at risk and stresses the entire offense. Lamar's experience over the years has taught him how to protect himself better than in his rookie season. Back then, he would fight for extra yards and sometimes pay the price with hard, punishing hits. Now, he knows when to slide, when to get down, and how to minimize damage. But even with those lessons, the speed and intensity of the pass rush this season are pushing him to the limit. Injuries to key offensive linemen like Andrew Voorhees have forced shifts in personnel that impact consistency and protection schemes, leaving Lamar in situations where he must improvise constantly. Looking at the offensive line as a whole, it's clear that the group has struggled in ways that extend beyond individual mistakes. There are moments where a player looks strong, and then immediately, the next play shows a vulnerability. It's a revolving door of performance, and the inconsistency is taking a toll on Lamar and the team's offensive rhythm. The stats back this up. Last year, the Ravens allowed just 23 sacks all season, showing a strong pass protection foundation. This year, through just 11 weeks, they've already matched that number. Pressure has become a recurring theme, and it's affecting Lamar's ability to operate comfortably in the pocket. Pressure doesn't just affect Lamar physically, it affects the offense as a whole. Without time to read defenses and make accurate throws, the effectiveness of the passing game diminishes. The Ravens have also struggled to establish a consistent run game, which further exacerbates the issue. Play action depends on defenses respecting the run, and without that threat, Lamar is left facing faster, more aggressive pressure on passing downs. This creates a cycle where defensive fronts can pin their ears back and disrupt the quarterback before he even has a chance to execute the play. Lamar has adapted as best as he can, using his mobility to evade danger. But it's clear that the offensive line's performance is dictating the pace of his decisions. The team has tried different personnel adjustments, like introducing Patrick McCary to fill in for Andrew Voorhees, but there's still something missing in that unit. It's not necessarily about one player alone. It's about how the line functions as a cohesive group to protect the quarterback. And open running lanes, Lamar's skill can only compensate for so much. And this season, the cumulative effect of inconsistent protection is starting to weigh on him, even with all the pressure and injuries. Lamar maintains confidence in his abilities. He emphasizes that he doesn't feel old, despite facing new challenges in his body and in game situations. He's learning to manage his movements differently, considering past injuries and ongoing physical demands. This learning process is critical because even a quarterback as talented and mobile as Lamar Jackson is not invincible. Sustained hits can accumulate, and if the offensive line doesn't step up, the consequences could be serious. The Ravens' offensive struggles aren't only limited to pass protection. Inefficiencies in the red zone, missed opportunities, and inconsistent rushing success have all contributed to a team that's fighting to maintain momentum. Lamar's leadership and willingness to hold the line with humor and seriousness alike show his commitment to pushing the team forward despite the obstacles. His candid remarks about needing to address the offensive line reflect a player who understands the stakes and is advocating for improvements without creating unnecessary drama. Lamar Jackson remains a dynamic force, but the Ravens' ability to protect him is crucial. The combination of high-pressure defenses, an inconsistent offensive line, and challenges in the running game has created a situation where every play feels like a test of resilience. Lamar's experience, intelligence, and mobility give the team a fighting chance, but it's clear that for the offense to operate at full potential, adjustments are needed, whether that comes from personnel changes, coaching schemes, or improved cohesion among the linemen. The Ravens must act. Lamar's health, the team's offensive efficiency, and the chance to compete at a high level all depend on it. Looking deeper into the Ravens' offensive struggles, it's impossible to ignore how much the offensive line's performance has shaped the season so far. The protection issues don't just affect Lamar Jackson, they disrupt the rhythm of every play, limit the effectiveness of the run game, and put the coaching staff in a position where they have to constantly adjust strategies just to keep the offense moving. This season, we've seen the stark difference between last year and this year, and the numbers tell the story. Lamar's pressure-to-sack ratio, which was among the best in the league last season, has dropped dramatically. He's now being sacked on nearly a third of plays where he faces pressure, which is a massive jump from the stability he experienced previously. That level of exposure not only risks his health, but also impacts his decision-making in crucial moments. Even when Lamar is healthy and running at full capacity, he's having to compensate for his teammates. He's constantly scanning for openings, adjusting his timing, and reading defensive movements faster than ever before, all while under stress that would rattle most quarterbacks. It's the combination of physical skill and mental agility that has allowed him to survive situations that, in the past, might have resulted in game-changing turnovers or injuries. Yet, there's only so much one player can do. The offensive line's inconsistency creates a chain reaction, missed assignments, blocked lanes, and pressure collapsing the pocket. All of these factors combine to limit the Ravens' ability to execute effectively. One of the biggest issues is the interior line, where the pocket often collapses before Lamar has time to make his first read. When a defensive tackle or linebacker blows through the line in an instant, Lamar has to make split-second adjustments, sometimes on the run, which increases the risk of both sacks and injury. And while Lamar's mobility is exceptional, defenders are beginning to catch on to his tendencies. Teams are studying his escape routes, his timing, and the windows he's willing to take risks in. The pressure doesn't always come from elite pass rushers like Myles Garrett, though they're certainly a threat. It also comes from lesser-known players who can exploit a single gap or miscommunication on the line, creating opportunities for hits that are just as punishing. The impact of this pressure extends beyond the quarterback. The timing of the passing game suffers. When protection breaks down, receivers are forced to adjust routes on the fly, and the running game suffers because defenses can stack the line with confidence, knowing that Lamar will be forced out of the pocket before the play fully develops. Play action, which was a cornerstone of the Ravens' offense last season, has become less effective because defenses don't respect the run threat. Without a strong, consistent run game to set up play action, Lamar faces defenders who are already expecting the pass and can collapse the pocket with little resistance. Injuries have played a role too. The absence of key linemen like Andrew Voorhees has created gaps in protection that opponents are exploiting. Even the new additions to the line, like Patrick McCary haven't been able to replicate the seamless chemistry that the previous line had. Each player has strengths, but when it comes to pass protection and consistency across plays, the Ravens are still searching for stability. This isn't about individual blame. It's about a unit that needs to function cohesively. The constant reshuffling and adjustments prevent the line from finding a rhythm, and Lamar's experience is being tested in ways that even he hasn't faced before. Despite all of this, Lamar remains confident in his ability to adapt. He has consistently emphasized that he doesn't feel old or slowed down, and his mindset shows that he's ready to confront the challenges head-on. However, even the most talented athletes have limits. The continuous hits, the quick pressure, and the inconsistencies from teammates create a perfect storm that could compromise both his performance and long-term health. Lamar's awareness of this situation is evident in how he communicates with his team, joking about the need to have a conversation with the offensive line. While clearly signaling that improvement is necessary, it's a delicate balance of leadership, humor, and seriousness. And it's clear he understands the stakes when looking at the bigger picture. The Ravens' offensive line issues aren't happening in isolation. The lack of a consistent run game has also exposed Lamar to more pressure than he faced last season. When a team can't establish running lanes, defenses can zero in on the quarterback without concern. For counterattacks, in prior seasons, Lamar and Derrick Henry were a perfect combo for play action, forcing defenses to respect both threats. Now, with less success running the ball, defenses can attack Lamar directly, knowing they don't have to account for a balanced offensive threat. This imbalance has magnified every lapse on the offensive line and made quick punishing hits more frequent. Even with all these challenges, Lamar's skill and athleticism remain impressive. He's still capable of making plays that seem impossible, breaking tackles, and escaping situations that would trap other quarterbacks, but the pressure is relentless, and the physical and mental toll is accumulating. Each hit adds a layer of fatigue. Each broken protection creates new challenges, and the rhythm of the offense suffers. To succeed in the remaining weeks of the season, the Ravens must address these vulnerabilities, whether through adjustments in personnel, coaching strategies, or changes in play design that give Lamar the time and space he needs. The stakes are high, with only a few games left and 5 losses already on the record. The Ravens can't afford to leave Lamar unprotected. The offense must perform efficiently to complement a defense that has shown flashes of dominance. Every play counts, and Lamar's health and performance are pivotal to the team's chances. The quarterback's leadership, his ability to adapt, and his experience give the Ravens a fighting chance. But without concrete improvements on the offensive line and in the run game, the pressure will continue to mount, and the risks will only grow. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. The NFL world is buzzing with outrage after the league's controversial decision to reinstate a victory for the Baltimore Ravens, a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire division. Sources close to multiple teams suggest that rival franchises are seeing red, with front offices reportedly holding emergency meetings behind closed doors to discuss their next steps. The decision, which comes after weeks of speculation and heated debates, has sparked rumors of internal protests and even whispers of potential appeals. Though nothing official has yet been confirmed, fans across social media have erupted in disbelief, trending hashtags reflecting frustration, incredulity, and calls for the league to clarify its reasoning. It's a slap in the face to every team that's fought hard all season. One anonymous front office source allegedly told insiders the Ravens themselves have remained characteristically tight-lipped, fueling speculation that their locker room may be quietly savoring the drama rather than commenting publicly. Yet the mood outside Baltimore is unmistakably tense. Rivals claim the ruling undermines the integrity of the schedule and sets a precedent that could haunt future matchups. Among the whispers, several league insiders hint that this isn't the end of the story. Some suggest that the decision may spark a domino effect, influencing how referees handle contentious plays, how teams file protests, and even how players approach critical moments on the field. Analysts are already weighing in, debating whether this could lead to rule clarifications or even a shift in how wins and losses are officially tallied in borderline situations. Meanwhile, ticket holders and fantasy football managers alike are reportedly calculating the fallout, trying to determine just how much this reversal could tilt the division standings. The drama is palpable. Every meeting, every press conference, and every locker room snippet is being dissected. And the sense of rivalry has never felt sharper. Insiders suggest that if the controversy continues to escalate, we might see unprecedented moves by teams desperate to assert fairness or to gain a strategic edge over the Ravens. For now, though, speculation reigns supreme, with the league's ruling casting a shadow over what was otherwise shaping up to be a tightly contested division. Everyone is waiting to see who will speak first and who will break under the weight of this unexpected shakeup. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.